All right. Good evening, everybody. One lady and gentlemen. Let's proceed with our debate. At this time, I'd like to call the Prime Minister of the government for the opening argument.
Good evening, everyone. I am the government Prime Minister, and the topic is the House believe that outer beauty is more important. More important. Sorry.
It's okay.
Our outer beauty is more important for happiness. Let me talk about the three points about the happiness, about our outer beauty. The outer beauty is the humans wants outer beauty in originality, like they need eat, they need peeing, they need sleep, like this. They want more being pretty, like before. That's the human rights and human
instinct.
Yeah, instinct, and the flow of the international society, there is some trends like beauty, more pretty person is has more confidence, or the other side of affection from behind, and it's important in our century, and yes, and happiness from human is from a relationship. We have also very good happiness. Yes, and okay. Sorry, I can keep talking because I empty in my so,
That's okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. At this time, I'd like to call the leader of the opposition, please, to the podium.
왜 반응을 안 해요?
네?
이대로 포지션.
Opposition leader, please.
깜짝 놀랐어요. 저 그리고 저희 디베이트 스피커가 나갔을 때 좀 조용히 떠들어 주셨으면 좋겠어요. 그러니까 말하고 있는데 원래 떠들면 안 되거든요. 조용히, 아주 조용히.
Okay, hello everybody. We're talking about outer beauty is more important for happiness, but we're not agree with this opinion. Our opinion is actually we focused on the inner beauty. We want to talk about inner beauty. So the reason why the inner beauty is more important than outer beauty is, first one is sustainability. Yeah, I mean. I can read the English right here, but yeah, let's think about the face or body, kind of as we call S-line. That never lasts forever. I mean, that is just go, 5 years or 10 years. So we need to focus on our inner beauty, like reading a book, or develop yourself, or get a new skill. For example, speaking English or another language maybe. And the second one is money. The inner beauty the developing your inner beauty is more cheaper than make a beautiful face, make a nice body. Yeah, even it's free because you can go to library and read a book. I mean, or you can think yourself, have your free time. So more cheaper than you focusing on the outer beauty. And third one is you can think about a lot of successful people. For example, kind of Bill Gates, or in Korean people, a lot of CEO. I mean, you know, the Bong Joon-young and Lee. We can see that they're not focused on their outer beauty. They always religion, and they always have a power. I mean, not this power. They always give the very good feeling, and they give very good motivation to their people around him. So I think that is the more important than focusing on the outer beauty. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to call the Deputy Prime Minister of the government.
구성이 first argument 말하신 거 아, 제가 잘못 들었나?
First, I want to review the other teams mentioned, and they, the previous speaker said that inner beauty can last longer, but the outer beauty can have very short-sighted. But sometimes, when we are young, the instant first impression of from our beauty can take a very more crucial role in our lives. Yes, it makes sense. Our inner beauty can last long, but during our lives, there is very crucial point, such as involving in get interview, or falling in love, or attract other opposite sex, right? So that
Here.
kind of moment, our beauty is more important. And from now on, I'm going to tell our main point of our opinion. Okay, the first one is, in human relationship, our beauty is very important, because our beauty is very crucial point to give very good feeling to others, and very important in first impression. And there was a very important experiment. For example, one woman dropped her coffee. Very beautiful. So the experiment is that very beautiful woman dropped her coffee. Then many of the other men wanted to help her because of our beauty. The only woman dropped the coffee. Very few people just ignored them and didn't want to help them. That kind of thing. The first impression is very important, and our beauty, because for the short time we cannot judge it we cannot investigate their inner beauty, right? So our beauty is very important. And another one is that, do you know the fairy tale is kind of ugly dog? Yeah, when many dogs were born, but only in their group, only one dog was black, and the rest of the dogs are white. So they make the black dog is isolated. So the dog, which was very poor appearance, suffer from being isolated. which leads to its unhappiness, right? So
Here,
that
here.
is very important example. And our third point is that our beauty is competitiveness for success, because a person who has very good our beauty can be very confident in his or her work, all of the work. For example, and I will give you a question. If you are the interviewer of the company and there is two people, both of them have very similar and very same capability, but one is better appearance, good experience, and good appearance, but one is poor. Then, if you are interviewer, who would you like to choose one? In Korea, there is saying 이왕이면 다음 치마. 같은 값이면 다음 치마. Given that Korean proverb, you can think about that. Our beauty is very important. And another is that if you think that you are not good, you don't have good outer beauty, then you are very underestimate yourself. Then you cannot exert your ability, even though you have very great ability, because of lack of confidence. So it is very important.
PY?
Yeah.
I just
Stand up.
yes. I just want to ask two questions.
Yeah.
And you took an example of a woman who dropped her glasses,
Her coffee.
coffee. Yeah. And I'm going to ask this question: the man, will the man be with the woman for forever or long time, or is it short time? Yeah.
But okay, that is a good
Two
point.
questions.
Just one.
One.
Oh, okay. One by
Very, very good point, but just one. Yeah.
Yeah, but without that kind of situation, he could have never met her, right? There could be no chance to meet her, because he had a chance to help her because he thought that in a short moment he judged that she's beautiful, so I want to know her, right?
Keep going. Good. That's good.
And another one, please.
You don't have to.
No, keep going. You responded. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going, guys. Good job. Good POI and good reply. We keep going.
Yeah. Okay, and that's all. And one thing, I missed one thing. And a person who have good outer beauty, more likely there is more tendency to have better inner beauty also, because in a group, a person who have good outer beauty are very well treated from others in a group because of good impression. I gave you an example previously, and then for example, if a person who are not quite beautiful, many have tendency to have unfair treatment from others. They're more bias, because many of the people in this society have bias. So beautiful one is better than the other. So they might treat unfairly to less beautiful person, and then for the reaction for that, the less beautiful person can have anger to the society. So it could change their personality, bad and very reversely. Yeah.
Well, in my case, when I see a beautiful woman, first, like she said, I don't feel every time when I see a beautiful woman, I want to know. I don't think that thing. I don't have that thing. Every time when I see a beautiful woman, and the second one is,
just one.
One person.
Okay, I will answer your question first.
okay.
Yeah, you are right. Not always. When a man see a beautiful woman, they not always want to help her, but it have more tendency or more chance to help her. I want to point it
저
out.
시간이
예.
훨씬 들어서 9분 29분.
Okay, that's
나입니다.
Thank you very much. Okay, now I'd like to call the deputy leader of the opposition, please.
Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are gathered here to discuss about today's motion that this House believes that outer beauty is more important for happiness. And as a deputy leader of opposition, I will rebut the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, and second, I will talk about our arguments. First, Prime Minister said every human have instinct. Yeah, instinct is important, but instinct is unstable and it is changing every time. Many people who follows instincts. Let's talk about many people who follow their own instincts. Who are they? They are plastic surgery, addictioner, alcohol people, and that who break his family because he find another woman because they follow their instinct. So instinct is very dangerous. And second, I would like to rebut Deputy Prime Minister. She said she rebuts our leader of opposition's arguments that she said inner is last longer and outer is moment, but many time outer is very important. For example, like a job interview, like that kind of. But it's not strong because first in interview, beautiful woman can get a job, but can you guarantee that she can work in the workplace forever until the company go end like that? No, we can't sure because in Korea, an individual's ability is important. At first, she looks like good job, but in time past, she will be revealed that she is unable to do the job in the company. And she said first impression is very important because first impression makes woman to meet good guy, but then should the beautiful woman change man every day because she has only good face and beautiful face? No, never. Sometimes we prefer to good appearance people, but when we know them well and know him about more and more, if he or she is not good, then we feels not good at them because outer beauty is not everything. Inner beauty is when times go longer. Inner beauty is more important than outer beauty. And she has the example of dog.
The ugly duckling.
I think it's not good example, and sadly she support our side because finally the dog became swan. That means she has inner beauty. Swan is dog's inner beauty. That means so. I think that's not good example for government side. And so, come back to our argument. Let's talk about our third argument is success people. As previous speaker said, historically, success people are not handsome, but they are success. Do you think success of Lee Gun-hee or Jung Ju-young, like the CEO of Korean top company, do they success because of their face or their height? No, never. They are really short and even shorter than me, but their success. Sorry, I'm talking. No, they are not success of their face, but their passion and their ability. It's inner beauty, not outer beauty. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. You're only talking about extreme instances. Let's talk about overall which has more possibility of success, not just Lee Gun-hee and Bill Gates.
Okay, that's true. But I talked before that at first your face could be a strong power to get a job interview, but you can't stay there forever. When your ability to job is revealed, then also you can fire it in the company. Yes, ma'am.
And you mentioned about the dog example, and and the black dog, which was isolated when the dog was young, but later becoming swan is not increased inner beauty. Because the swan was different species.
I got the point.
Yeah, and I don't think I
I don't want to talk about dog or swan is important. I don't want to talk about which is important, but I want to talk about that. First of the story, black dog was isolated because of I don't know his or hers, but it's outer face, outer color, but in the end of the story, it becomes swan, and in moral lesson of the story is that a moral lesson in final black dog, which was swan, he is a main character, not other 7 dogs are main character. So I think I just want to say I just rebut about dog because I want to just talk about that. It's not good example because at final it is changed. Sure. Yeah. And our fourth argument is positive effect. Positive effect. There are many people who there are many people in television or many material. There are many people who work for other people, like volunteer to go Africa to aid poor children. They make a positive effect to the globally. They make positive effect globally. They made not just they work for not just themselves but works for world peace. That they make smile on our face. It's not can be done by our face because their inner valuable things, heart make every word happy. And our last argument is that relative comparison. Pursuing outer beauty people their lust is forever, not ended. Their lust to be beautiful is not ended. If you fix your eyes, the next time you want to fix your nose, the next time you want to fix your mouth. It's repeated, and it makes one individual to hell, down. That's too bad. But compared to that, the people who study for their inner valueness, they are make themselves more bigger and bigger. I want to say that people who think outer beauty is more important always compared with other people, not themselves. But people who think inner beauty is more important, they always compare themselves before themselves, and they make development everything. They make individual development. So.
저 시간이 많이 끝나서 랩업.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr.
그리고
Speaker. Thank you very much.
성훈아, 디베이트 할 때 데니만 쳐다보지 말고 우리도 좀 쳐다봐줘.
네.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to call the government whip.
Hello, I'm the government whip, and we have a wonderful topic today, and the debate is hot, and it's a difficult debate, and it has been a problem ever since the human species has developed from an ancient form of something. But we're gonna make it. We're gonna end the debate with our whip. We're gonna decide that outer beauty is more important than inner beauty. Definitely. But first of all, I'd like to do a rebut of the swan example thing. We had such a hot debate over swan example, but they say it's not a good example for government. But I don't agree, because look at the end. What happened at the end? The ugly duck who was isolated, who was looked down upon by other small ducklings, became a swan and became beautiful. That made the others respect him and be fond of him.
POI.
Okay?
In my thoughts, the swan has some inner beauty in the animal.
Okay.
So after becoming the swan, the inner beauty became outside.
But we need to.
Okay, that's good. Just one.
I understand, but look at what others think. What others think does impact us. The other ducks who look down upon the inner good duck, but because of that, he was unhappy, and he was very unhappy, and he was like, "Why am I born like this? Who's my mom?" He's getting all sorts of problems. Anyway, that's solved. And I'd like to talk about our clash points. Our first clash point was about sustainability versus first impression. So sustainability. So we are only good looking for a short period, huh? And because we only look good short period, we shouldn't focus on outer beauty. That's what opposition side said. Because outer beauty is very short, we need not to pay attention to outer beauty. But what we insist is that first impression will change your life. Even if you have good inner impression, inner happiness, or bad, good inner beauty or a bad outer beauty. I want you to know that personality and happiness builds up. Happiness and personality builds up. It accumulates since you're born. So, for example, if you're young, very young, and if you got hit by your parents, or you got looked down upon others, you had no money, you had no food, you had you had nothing, your life is screwed, then is it likely that you're going to be happy in the end? It builds up. You're not happy in the first place. That's impossible because we experience. We don't born with experience. So I strongly think that our experience is very important. Okay?
I think the personality is included in inner beauty, and if someone is very poor, that he has good inner beauty and good personality, and she can develop himself, and she studies a lot, something, she works hard, and finally she became rich. There is a percentage of he's becoming rich.
Okay. Very long POI. I don't have long POI, but I think he made his point. But that only works to a certain extent. Okay. And what I meant by that is, if it goes to extreme conditions, your inner beauty doesn't even matter. And POI? So sorry, too many POIs. I'm too confused. And our second clash point was that well, the opposition side said, oh, if we fix our eyes and if we fix our nose, we want to fix our mouth and body and legs, do liposuction and change everything. They said human lust is endless, and our side said, well, yeah, they say this forever, but I don't think it's forever, and I don't think it's forever, and we didn't say you have to be perfect. We just said outer beauty is more important. We didn't say you have to be perfect. So we are not focusing on human lust or anything, but we're just saying that outer beauty is more important when you get your jobs, when you get treated by others. You have better first impressions, so you'll be more happier. You'll be more happy. And of course, if you're very good looking, of course you'll be happier. Statistically, of course, not 100%, but anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, the opposition winner.
Okay, first, the people who focus on outer beauty is have a confidence. You already told us, but at that time, for example, they take a plastic surgery. After plastic surgery, at that time, or short time, for a while, they feel happy, they feel confident, but it will not sustain. It will not be sustained. It's just only for a while, and then they get a relative comparison to others. The more pretty, more beautiful, they feel other plastic surgeries take, and they have more comparison to others, and then they feel confidence is lost, and then they depressed. In the end, they underestimate themselves, and then take other plastic surgery, and then take other something focused on outer beauty.
POI?
Yeah.
I realized that opposition team keeps saying the perfect beauty. They keep emphasizing perfect beauty. But let's talk about if you didn't have an arm, if you didn't have a leg. That's also outer beauty. What if you didn't have an eye, or if you have no legs? Extreme conditions, yes.
I just talking about confidence. Okay, and second, you guys told me our beauty is important for the moment, such as interview or for falling in love. I just want to tell you, the most important thing is the confidence is from your inner mind. If you are an ugly person, is it truth? You cannot change your ugly face. You know what I mean? Your original face cannot change through the plastic surgery or some kind of thing, something like that. So I just want to recommend you that you practice smile expression, and then you practice to make others in a good atmosphere. And third point is she tells us our beauty is really important for a good first impression and some kind of coffee delivery. This kind of thing just for others. I just want to tell you, your life is just judged by yours, not by others. Your egocentric is toward just others, not on my own. So I just want to tell you, the more important thing is the happiness from not others from you, from yours. And last point, PY? Okay.
I just want to comment. It was just experience, because in Korea many people value the appearance, so some certain group of people just make an experiment to test whether appearance is important or not. Okay?
I mean that, but
That is not confident.
Confident is not good expression, but I mean that what you mean. Okay. Okay. Last point. You guys told me our beauty is much more important for competitive, for success in business. If I'm an owner, if I'm a CEO, I get a person who get a kind of quality of ability, such as job tasking ability and relationship ability, and so on, if I'm an owner. So you have to focus on your inner beauty, not our beauty. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now the opposition replies speech. Yeah, start with the opposition, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's you.
Hello everybody. We already talked about the inner beauty, and I'm certain that you already got some special points already. So I'm going to summarize shortly. First of all, sustainability stays longer and it goes long. And about the money, we don't have to spend a lot of money. And the successful person has always had inner beauty. I think diligent and hardworking are all included in inner beauty because we wanted to accentuate, we wanted to stress that point. And inner beauty makes other people happy. And these are our insistence. And I wanted to talk about something that gives you a lesson for it. And they talked about the crucial point of interviewing to someone or applying for a job and or meeting girls or boys in our life. And this is a crucial point, but does it change life? Changing life is depends on inner beauty, not just a crucial point. If we view that, I think this is so serious. Yes. It doesn't change our lives. Just it's just a crucial point. And they told me about a lot of animals, and just one animal is white, and all animals are black. But if the white animal has the inner beauty, they can make harmonious with the black animals. If they have wisdom or knowledge or they are intelligent, yes, they become harmonious with themselves. And if it's too difficult, they can go to the other animals that fit with them. So inner beauty is more important than outer beauty. Even though the white animal is regarded as bad animal, it can be their competence. If the animal changes themselves, so changing themselves, especially inner beauty, is more important. And I'm going to talk about the crucial points, especially in inner beauty. There are many crucial points when we date to someone. Have you ever heard of Love Actually? If you watch the Love Actually movie, you may find the man turning the page like this, like this. But I think the man is not that handsome. He's very poor and is not rich, and he doesn't have so much knowledge, doesn't have so much background. Anyway, he got the woman, and finally they became a good girlfriend and boyfriend. And then that could be a crucial point, and we can apply it to inner beauty's advantage. And I wanted to talk about the person whose legs were broken. If the person has the inner beauty, they can make their disadvantage into advantage. For example, it depends on their mind. If he has positive mind, he become good person, even though he is regarded as the lame. Anyway, and the positive mind and negative mind is very important in our life. And if the person is lame, then he cursed someone and cursed himself. Why am I lame? But he cannot be a good person. But even though he's a lame, he has positive mind, and I can do it. I can do all of things, and finally he can be regarded as a good person as a result.
Okay, time.
Yes.
Time.
Thank you, Mr. Okay, our final speaker for tonight, the government reply speech, please.
Reply now.
Don't be lying.
Hello, listeners. I'm going to finish this debate with my speech. And before moving on to what I really want to say, I would like to summarize today's debate. We talked about the instinct, and we also talked about the human relation and self-confidence. And many other things were also going on during nearly 30 minutes. But I would like to say that we are living in society which values appearance more than the knowledge or personal ability or something like that. And so this debate should be based upon such a very simple and very natural assumption. And this is not an assumption. This is truth. Yeah, truth. We should take it for granted. Even if we are capable, if we are ugly, then we are not going to be welcomed by our society. That is truth. Yeah. So in order to why do you think why people are taking plastic surgery at a great expense? Because they want to beauty for the sake of finally for the sake of happiness. We think that is very important. That's really important for the happiness. We think that without beauty, without such a great appearance, people will not welcome us, and people will not forgive us, even in spite of very small and trivial mistake. Yeah, we think that appearance really directly works to us. So appearance is more important, and even if we have a great amount of knowledge, and most of the people do not know that and do not acknowledge us either. So we are not likely to be easily happy about our ability, and then we are directly influenced by the appearance. And then we think that so is really important for happiness, and we kept saying on instinct works. Instinct works in favor of appearance, because human being basically favor the beautiful women or beautiful guy like Kim Tae or Jang Dong-won. That's the fact that beauty, the person, someone with the beauty is likely to be successful in case of human relation. That's also true. And then someone with the beauty, regardless of the way to become beautiful, and even if somebody become beauty due to the process, thanks to the plastic surgery, then somebody is anyway beauty. But being beautiful, they can be self-confident, and then we think that is also a very important factor for being happy. So we think that we need to recognize the importance and absolute necessity of the outer beauty. So it directly works to us. Really beautiful girl appeals to any guys, and then I think, anyone in this room at least acknowledge, what's happening in Korea today, and yeah. Thank you all.
Very nice. Good reply speech. Okay, I know it's late. We need to go soon, so I'm not going to talk very much. Let's see. Where's this one go? I can't find it. I'm still on the first debate notes. Okay, here we go. The government prime minister, you had what we say a little bit loss of words tonight. That's okay. It happens to me. It happens to everyone. Don't worry. And you did use some humor at the end when you said you were a little empty, so we laughed and that was good. If you go blank like that, yeah, try to make a joke. Right? At least the judges will say this guy's funny, he was made us laugh, and you might still get some points. So I thought you recovered from that pretty well with some humor. So anyway, don't worry, it happens to all of us, so it's not a big deal. We will get better with more practice. Okay, opposition leader was, yes, this gentleman. Your main point was about beauty doesn't last forever, right? And that it was cheaper, more economic. So, yeah, I thought you put out your points very clearly. Yours, as I recall, yours was a little short. So one thing, as we get more experience, we work with time management. And that's one of the hardest parts of debate, is to keep, even if you've kind of said what you want to say, sometimes we have to keep talking. You even have to repeat your points. Because if you stop too short, the judges will penalize you for not using your time. So that's, I mean, what you said was good. It was just, it was a little bit short. Okay? Okay, but it was fine. There was no big problems at all. The Deputy Prime Minister, you started with rebuttal, which was very good. You had strong argument about the first impression. And what I liked, she supported her argument with a story, right, with this experiment. So when you make something, it's good to back it up, support it with an actual, experiment or some kind of data or something like that. So she made an argument and supported her argument. So that was good. She also used another very good debate technique. She asked a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question means you don't actually get an answer, but you ask the question. She said, if you were an interviewer, who would you pick? Right? That was very, very good technique. Because, of course, the audience can't answer. So that's why we call this a rhetorical question, which is very good strategy in a debate. But then, that was very strong, but I thought when you made the statement that actually people with the outer beauty actually have better inner beauty too, that argument I thought was weak and was confusing. So I would have stopped with what you said before. That was very, very strong. But when you went down that road, it got a little bit. I was a little lost. Okay, I think that argument needed to be developed a little more. But basically, a very strong performance. Okay, the deputy leader of the opposition, is that this gentleman? You did a good job again of stating clearly what you're going to do. That's very important. And I liked what he said about the dangers of following your instincts. It can lead to addiction, and that was very strong, I thought. He also, I thought his point about, yes, you can get the job at the interview, but you can't keep the job, was very strong, which is true. You have to have ability to keep your job. Thought that was a very strong argument. And then he talked about don't compare yourself with others, develop yourself, which was strong. So I thought he made some very strong arguments. Then the government whip, you did a very good job of identifying your clash points. That's what the government whip should do, identify the clash points. But you got a little bit flustered and you said, I can't take your POI because I'm too confused. Never say that. Of course, you were being honest.
Yeah.
But when you're standing there, you have to be in control.
Oh.
So never admit that you're confused.
Oh, okay.
Just say, I can't, again, like I said earlier, I hear your point, but I have to move on.
Ah, okay.
I got your point, but I have to continue. Just ignore it. and keep talking. Don't admit that you're confused, because you would lose points for that. Right? For admitting that you're flustered. So that was the only problem with that. And then opposition with.
Opposition?
I'm sorry, I'm tired. Opposition with is here. I thought you could have been a little bit stronger about showing the clash points. Because that's really the job of the whip. Here are our clash points. This is where we disagree. You talked a lot about plastic surgery, but actually they didn't. Right? They didn't mention plastic surgery. So the whip has to show where the two sides disagree. You were kind of introducing new stuff, but that's not really the role. What you said was good, but it wasn't really the role of the whip. Does that make sense? But I liked what you said at the end when you said that we have to get happiness from ourselves, not from other people. That was a very strong point. Then the opposition reply speech was Mr. Han. You did a good job of summarizing your best arguments. And then I really liked his example of the broken legs, because it's an image. The audience can imagine the person with the broken leg. And then he said, if they have a positive mind, they'll be okay. Whereas that was very strong. I really liked that example. Because it was a visual example that the audience I could imagine that situation. So that was very strong. And Mr. Lee was very excellent reply speech. My favorite line when you said, people will not even forgive us. We are not beautiful. That was very strong, very moving actually. Right? If we're not good looking, then even something really small, they'll never forgive us. Very strong. And then strong language is an absolute necessity to be beautiful. Very strong. So, very well done. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, great debate. I was very impressed with all of you. So, I think we have a really strong club this semester. I look forward to more excellent debates in the future. So, yeah, very good job, Tim. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it.